Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. All right, and like the title of the video suggests, stop marrying your trade. Stop marrying your trade. Stop getting married to your trade, especially losing ones. Okay, and this video is about what happened to me, what personally happened to me yesterday. This is a story of the trades that I was involved in yesterday, and I would like to take you through them. Okay, we're looking at the NZD/USD. So I had two trades yesterday. I had the the NZD/USD trade and the Euro/USD trade. I was bearish on them, and this is what happened. So okay, we're looking at a daily. All right, and where's my replay tool? All right, let's get this out. All right, so when I opened my trade yesterday in the morning, okay, around just before the London and the New York session, okay, so I had my daily analysis. I looked at where price was at. So price was at quite what I believe to be quite a strong resistance. All right, because if you look here on a daily time frame, this around here was the first touch of that resistance since back in 2018. Okay, so the last time the NZD/USD has come to this resistance was back on the 14th of June 2018. So it's been like what, 2 years, and I believe this resistance to be quite strong, that it would hold. Okay, that it would hold price, and we'll see. I was expecting a downfall back straight to this resistance here, but yeah, let's see what happened. So I saw, okay, it had closed with what looks like a shooting star. Okay, this was pretty like a shooting star, so I took it down to the 4-hour time frame. All right, then what did I see on the 4-hour time frame? We had a double top. Okay, we had a double top right here. Okay, first top, second top. So I was like, okay, a double top right at what looks like a very strong resistance. This is a good sign, but let's not rush, let's not jump into trades. Let me wait for a retest. So I wanted to see, I had something like this in mind. Let me use my tool. I had something like this in mind. Okay, a retest here, then boom, a crash. Right, so I waited, and let's see what happened. Okay, I waited. I was like, nah, and this was on a 4-hour time frame. All right, I waited again. Like, guys, nah, I'm not convinced. I need at least another rejection from that resistance. I mean, it's a strong resistance. It took 2 years for price to come back to it, and it gave us a double top. So it's a pretty good sign. So I waited. Then, boom, I got this. Another rejection, and this was a dragonfly doji, a long leg doji, or however you call it, from that zone. So I was like, this is a pretty good sign. I had a double top, price went 4 hours. I mean, this took 4 hours. It took 4 hours, and yet price failed to go above our tops here. Okay, price failed to go above our tops. All right, then got rejected and closed as a long leg doji or dragonfly doji. So I was like, this is pretty good. Okay, this is pretty good. So I did what I believe many people did. I jumped in a trade. So I jumped in a trade. I had my entry right here, right when the candle closed. I did not want to wait. Okay, I jumped in. My take profit was a bit ambitious. I was aiming for. I didn't want to take it too far. So my take profit was, I aimed here. I was now at this also on the 4-hour time frame. Of course, on a daily, this is not what I had in mind, but on a 4-hour time frame, I just wanted this much profit. I didn't want much. Okay, and I had my stop loss just above here, above the structure, I believed, and above the double top, and I was like, cool. This should be pretty good, a good trade. It's one trade. I'm not risking much. It's fine. So, and then let's see what happened. Boop. All right. Losses started. Then this is where it gets interesting. Okay, I took it down. I was like, I like looking at my trades. I like doing multi-time frame analysis. I like looking at my trade on a multi-time frame. On the daily, I already had a good reason, okay, to take this trade. On the 4 hour also I had a good reason. I was like, let me take it down to the 1 hour. Let me take it down to the 1 hour and see what's happening. Okay, and this is what we had on the 1 hour. So this is where it got tricky. Okay, so I was like, cool. I mean, price dropped. Let me just make this a bit light. Alright, so we can see exactly what's going on. Okay, I was like, cool. I mean, price dropped here. Okay, price came down, it went back up, it's going back up. But then again, we are in this zone, right? We are in this zone, a strong zone. Okay, with multiple attempts. It first came here, rejected, went here, rejected, here, gave us a double top, dropped, here dropped. So no matter what's going to happen, it'll have to drop. You know, I started making scenarios. Like I started creating stories just to convince myself that no matter what happens, it will have to drop because we are back in this zone. It just has to. You know, I even came up with this ridiculous idea of a triple top. I was like, nah, man, we even have a triple top here. You know, we can consider this a triple top. So, no matter what happens, price will drop. Price should drop. So I'm just gonna hold on to it. It has to drop. Now, guess what, guys? Despite these crazy scenarios, still on this 1 hour time frame, I noticed something. Can you see it? I noticed something. I even told myself, oh, wait, but you know, because the 4 hour time frame, I was still not convinced that anything wrong, something wrong would go. Like I was still convinced that my trade will go on because we already had a rejection. We had a rejection here, right? That we had a rejection here. So this candle obviously will just reject, close below, and then, you know, I'll be in profit again. I was like, it's cool. But now on a 1 hour time frame, I started seeing something else. Okay, are you with me? Yeah, let me just, no, where was it? It was, yeah. Are you with me? I started seeing something else. Do you see what I'm talking about? A head and shoulder. An inverted head and shoulder. And this is what I did exactly on my MetaTrader platform. Okay, on my MetaTrader platform, I saw this. I was like, this is what I did. I was like, guys, okay, I've got a small community. I've got a small community of friends. You know, we share ideas and trades and all those things. So I told them, guys, listen. Even though I'm still bearish, and I believe, you know, in my head, it was like, this trade will sell. I believe that the NZD/USD will crash. I'm seeing something else here. I'm seeing an inverted head and shoulder, you know. So maybe, maybe this thing could shoot or something. Maybe this thing could shoot and kick me out, you know. Maybe we'll have something like this. But because I was deep in my bearish idea, bearish mind, I was like, nah, man, this thing will not. We've got triple top here. It's gonna be fine. And let's see what happened. Boom. I was still not convinced. You know, even though I had my stop loss, because, you know, before you take a trade, you need to be comfortable with how much you're going to lose. Do not think about the profit. You need to be comfortable about how much you're going to lose. So I was okay with it. I was like, nah, man, nothing will happen. Let me just keep watching this trade. And I won't lie, at this time I became desperate, and it happens to a lot of us. That's why I wanted to address this in this video. It's something that happens to a lot of people. Okay, I could have just cut here because this was a strong sign already. This was a strong indication that, listen, it's too late for you bears. We're about to go in. And the inverted head and shoulder took more shape. Okay, let's see what happened. Boom, and then boom, stop loss hits. And eventually this is what happened. Okay, we got kicked out. So this is why I said, this is why the name of this video is mirroring trades. stop getting married to a trade. I could have avoided this. I could have stopped it early and not lose the not really hit my stop loss and still be okay. I could have, even like I said, before you enter a trade, you need to be comfortable with the losses. You need to know how much you are willing to lose and how much you're going to lose. But there are like what happened to me, I saw a potential continuation of this long time uptrend, and instead of me just closing the trade, even though I was okay with the trade hitting my stop loss, I just stayed in this trade. But I could have, okay, I know what it is like. I know that feeling that, let me just close it. It's not about having regrets, but it's about realizing your mistake. I could have just cut my loss very, very short, even though it was not much. It was a 3-1. I didn't risk much, but I could have really reduced the loss. But I decided to stay in the trade. Okay, so that's what it is about. Do not marry a trade. Do not make scenarios, even though you can see that it may go against you. Don't. When you like on a 4-hour time frame, even on a 4-hour time frame, this already should have been an indication. This should have been an indication. This candle here, because it failed to close back below this zone. It should have been an indication that, listen, this trade is not gonna go how you want it to go, right? And yet I stayed in. I made up stories, and I know it happens to a lot of us, to all of us. Okay, like I said, be comfortable with your loss first before you enter a trade. But if you have an opportunity to foresee the upcoming, that it's not gonna be a winning trade, cut it. Just get out of it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to unfortunately time is not gonna let me. Maybe tomorrow or the day after I'll make a video about the second trade. It was the same scenario with the Euro USD. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll make another video about it. So when a trade goes against you, against us, right, we have a tendency to start making up stories. We start making up stories to complement our because we don't want to be wrong. Do you get me? Here I could see already, I saw the inverted head and shoulder. This was a beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Okay, this was a clear sign. This was a clear sign that, listen, get out of the trade. The moment we failed to reject and we kept pushing up, this was actually the kicker to say, listen, get out of this trade. But I stayed in it, and it was a loss that I accepted. Okay, always accept your losses, and it's a good thing when you're in a trade, whether it's a winning or losing trade. Always go back to review, to reanalyze your trade, and that's what I did. All right, so it happens. You are in a trade, it's going against you, but because you don't want to leave that trade, you start making up stories. I started making up stories about triple tops here, let me get out of here. Okay, around here I started making up stories about triple tops. I started seeing triple tops. I was like, nah man, we have a triple top here. So this this was my mistake. Okay, this was my mistake. This was me convincing myself that no matter what, it's gonna go my way. I got married to this sale. I started seeing triple tops. I was like, you know what, it's gonna reverse and drop. It's gonna reverse and drop. When he did this, okay, right, I was like, nah man, still this is a strong zone. The triple tops are still valid. But then again, I saw this was a clear indication. Look at this, bro. You can see. Okay, if you've been in the trading business for quite some time, you need to train your eyes. I've trained mine to see potential patterns and stuff. So I saw this inverted head and shoulder, and yet I stayed in, and yet I believed that it will sell. So this is what it means being married to a trade. You make up stories to convince your buyers because you want it to sell so bad, or you want it to buy so bad. Even when you notice that it's going against you, you make up stories. You just make up stories. You want it so bad, you're like, nah man, it has to, and it comes and bites us in the buttocks. So always be aware of what's going on. Always watch your trades, okay? Even though you're comfortable with your loss, but there are times where you can even cut those losses very, very short. You know what they say? Cut your losses short and let your winners run. Even though I was comfortable with my stop loss, with the amount I was willing to lose, I could have slashed it even lower, smaller. I could have just I could have taken a very smaller loss if I just accepted that this trade is not going as I want it to. All right, I hope this video makes sense. I hope it brings some light into your trading journey. You know, please like, comment and subscribe if you want to, and I hope it brought some value to your trading. Do not marry your trade. If you can see that no, this trade is not gonna go as you wanted it, and you can tell that something else is happening, just cut it. And you know something else I did. Okay, let me exit and use the tool again. Right around here, right around here. Guess what I did? Guess what I saw? Okay, this is a trap of marrying trades. I was like, listen, okay, on the left there was a rejection, a entry in the zone, and the close back below it. So here I should have also something like that. I should have a rejection here, and then boom. All right, then maybe I was like here, and then I can have another a head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So this was me convincing myself, and that's the mistake so many traders make. This was me convincing myself that, listen, no matter what, it is going to sell. Right? And then when he did this, I was like, ah. I mean, this should have told me, listen, get out of this trade. Get out of this trade, even though your loss is okay, you're comfortable with it. No, just cut it short. Cut it very short and get out of trade. But I refused because I was glued. I was engaged to this sell trade. Unfortunately, it will happen. But yeah, you know, mastering something comes from experience. This is how we gain experience. So we are at the end of this video. I hope you liked it. Do not marry your trade, especially, I mean, if it's a winning trade, well, you know, why not? If it's a winning trade, stay in it, let it run, you know, get married to it. But when things are not going the way you wanted them to, when you have signs, you know, when you have signs that the stars are not aligning, just get out. All right. Like I said, I'll make another video that keep you guys updated, probably tomorrow or the day after, about the second trade, which was the Euro USD. I was practically in the same situation, but we'll talk about it some other time. All right, guys, cheers, bye. I hope you like this video. Like and comment and subscribe. See you in the next one.